Been a while. It hasn't been around because of international break. But Shalal is back with plenty from fantasy football. And this weekend, I understand the managers are turning on their wild cards as we approach week 5 of the Premier League, headlined by. What's the game of the weekend in the Premier League? Looks like it's United Brighton on Saturday, although Arsenal Everton also looks good on paper as well. West Ham Man City also is another fixture to look forward to as well. So Shala will get us some FPL updates, some tips going into week 5. Yemi Anderson is also on the show as well. I've got 𝐷𝐵𝐸 who is looking like a mob boss. Yes, he's looking like a mob boss this evening. If you're streaming, are we streaming live? Yeah, I think we're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So you guys go check out 𝐷𝐵𝐸. He's looking like a proper mob boss this evening on the show. And also I've got Tunde Young on the program. Was looking very, it's looking what am I looking for? It's looking ceremonial. Yes, looking ceremonial.
I'll help you.
It's looking regal. It's looking regal. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
I have to sound how I look, so I'm not going to raise my voice. Let nobody say anything to provoke me on this show. All we have to do is keep it civil for the next 55 minutes, so I can't raise my voice.
What did God call you again yesterday?
Big T.
Big T.
That's where price starts.
Big T, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. It feels like a Friday. Maybe that's how I'm just like this. But Shola is here, so he can tell you that I'm the one making waves in FPL. It's the whole wide world. Not just our mainland FM league. I want to read out my position in the whole world.
You will never see, before you read it out, you will never ever reach the height that I reached. That's the only height you can reach.
Right. You will be the best in the world for like 35 minutes.
You will never be at that height.
Let me confirm this. He says 19th in Nigeria. The entire Nigeria FPL number 19.
I'm still seeing Chelsea.
I'm among Chelsea fans. I'm 95th. Chelsea fans.
Chelsea is still 12th on this place too. So I'm trying to.
I nearly cost on it.
No, you guys missed something. Wale said you cannot get to the heights.
I know you were about to. I remember that picture. I remember that picture.
I used to about to read. I say Wale Kurusha. So somebody chatted me like, what does that mean? I say, dude, Wale is short.
See, your microphone is not going to work out. I promise you. Yemi Anderson, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Wallace.
Yeah.
Good to be here. Good evening, Lagos. Can't wait for.
Thank you for lunch today. Yemi brought me lunch. Yeah, I can be very appreciative like that. Yeah. Yemi brought me lunch. Man, I'm filled to the brim right now. Yeah. Yemi brought me lunch. Big shout to Yemi. You guys can be in his good grace. He can buy you dinner too.
So we're in his bad graces all these days.
So you can call Ibrahim. Is he Idris? What's his name? Our chicken guy. Ali. Yeah. All right. Let's get cracking. I would love us to have a conversation I've been postponing all week, and it concerns the greatness, the in quotes greatness of Neymar. Over the week or during the week, he also showed that he's still very much relevant to the national team, especially when talks about Vinicius Junior and the rest of the guys at the face of the Brazil national team. But he came up clutch. I think it was the best player in the Bolivia 5-1 win. Scored, I think, missed the penalty earlier on and played a major part in their win. Generally didn't play well against Peru until Macquarie showed up and got them that late win. And by the way, we got a story that Peruvians employed witch doctors to hold the legs of the Brazilians, and the game was going to end goalless. But
there was a particular video where they put Neymar's picture on the ground. Yeah. They were tying lots of things and doing sorts of chanting.
When I saw that stuff, I thought it was his kit.
Yeah, he almost worked. Macquarie only scored on the dot of 90 minutes. So.
If your jazz cannot even prevent the defeat, even if it's draw.
Alright, so my question is a very, very easy and very simple one, and I love people listening to chime in on that as well. How great a player is Neymar? Can he be classed as one of the greats? I know his career is not done yet, but going to Saudi Arabia suggests that this guy is at the top level, and it's time to probably take stock of Neymar's career that has spanned over a decade, right? And I'd like to know what you guys think about where do you class Neymar? Do you class him as one of the greats? And when I mean one of the greats, do you see him amongst the likes of Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, who also were Brazilians, came to Europe, made a name for themselves, won trophies, won parcel awards, and do you see Neymar in that breath? And I like people listening to join in on that as well. We'll be discussing many things as well. The Premier League is back this weekend, and there are a couple of questions I'd like us to answer. Jadon Sancho has been told to train alone. What does that mean? For Manchester United, we'll also be talking about that as well. But I realized that I haven't spoken to Shola. Shola, good evening. Shola is a Chelsea fan. Next time you come here, be sitting next to Tunde Young. Yeah, please. As a matter of fact, every Thursday when you come, just sit next to him.
Oh, wow.
Okay, please. How are you doing? Good evening.
Good evening. Good to be back here again. Just like you said, I was away due to
the international break.
Yeah, but football. Club football, that is, returns this weekend.
Real football, please.
Real football, yeah, my God. Yeah.
None of this.
But guys, the football this weekend is all bad. Take a look at the Juve Lazio, Milan derby.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen,
That's
PSG Nice.
Yeah, those are some.
That's not bad. I mean, let me have to talk about the Premier League itself.
One more Chelsea.
I was going to say.
Oh God.
You're the one that gave them chance. You're the one that's making both of them look forward to the weekend. What's the weekend coming to do for you?
Bournemouth what?
I'm trying to understand.
So that's a big mid-table clash right there.
You're not even mid-table. You're not mid-table. You're 12th. You're not mid-table. Mid-table start from 8 to 11.
It's around mid-table.
All right. I don't know who wants to go first and talk about let me have your thoughts on Neymar.
Look, thank God for digital footprints. Anybody that knows me on the internet for years now will know that I've always been a proponent of Neymar. Neymar is an upgrade of Ronaldinho. Not that disrespect to the great that is Ronaldinho, but Neymar is pretty much Ronaldinho but with extreme productivity. And the problem with Neymar is that lots of people have a warped perception of him, probably because of his lifestyle. I don't know. People seem to view him as the unserious footballer.
Dini also had the crazy lifestyle.
Yeah, but they revere Dino for that, but also downplay Neymar for the exact same reasons they love Ronaldinho.
Neymar's diving, that is it's something you can't overlook. The diving is something that stays.
Does it like it dives every day?
He just likes to swim. He takes a dive. If they touch him like this down, why?
I don't agree with you.
And you compare him with Ronaldo. Come on now.
But I agree with you. Okay, I agree with him that there's a willful refusal to give credit, to give due credit, to Neymar, because the Brazilian can be a frustrating player on the pitch. But you cannot shy away from the fact that it deserves more credit than taken away from him.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. And if you go check his record, for every club he's played, the moment he got into mainstream football in Europe, that's Barcelona, commanded a record fee, still the record transfer fee, 220 million euros to PSG from Barcelona. 222. As at that time, I had a feeling that when Barcelona put that buyout clause, they probably just let's call the bluff. Nobody's going to attempt that money. And then PSG didn't even come with. They didn't say let's pay over 7 years the way Arsenal did for Pepe. They just came straight to the money. And see, one thing about Neymar is that we always have a certain way we expect people to behave. And it baffles me. There was a point where people were accusing Anthony Joshua of not being like a typical boxer, that he doesn't talk like Mayweather does. He doesn't talk like Muhammad Ali. He's too cold to be a boxer. True. He's too withdrawn and all of that. So I think on Neymar also, people have this perception about Neymar to say, the list of what I expect to come up on this conversation at this point was the diving issue, and that shows that people have this stereotype against Neymar, like, he not cheat as such, he dives, small contact, he's down. Players are that way, but don't forget.
But they don't use it against other players.
Beyond. Don't they do it against Raheem Sterling too?
No, but that's what sound like Luis Suarez. Everybody admits that he has his misgivings, but everybody admits that he's also one of the best strikers of Nigeria.
When Neymar was going to leave Barcelona, a lot of people felt, he said he wanted to move away from the shadow of Lionel Messi. He wants to be his own self. But I've seen Neymar do some really crazy stuff on the pitch of play. Let's pay some bills.
Let's pay bills. When we come back, we'll continue. And the question, I mean, Yemi is looking at you guys like, you guys are fun. I mean, I'm going to drop my thoughts. And if you just joined, we're asking, do you think
He's looking at you with bombastic side eye.
do you think Neymar deserves to be considered one of football's true greats? That's what we're addressing on the early stages of Sports Cruise. Stick around, don't go anywhere.
All the way from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today. We play the best music. We are the best radio station. And the rhythm. 98.3 FM.
Yes, who are you? What's up, Pop? I'm Young Love Booty, your daughter Nina's boyfriend. God forbid. Last month, Nina gave me this phone to repair, and she called asking me to return the SIM urgently.
Ah, that's my old Airtime. Why didn't you say so before? Nina, dear, Young Love Booty is here. Oh.
Do anything to get your Airtel SIM back on if you haven't used it for 30 days or more. To enjoy 12 minutes voice call and 120 megabyte free on every recharge. Recharge 100 Naira and down. *141 *341 *1# now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Come on, give me some Cuba. Yeah, I want my Cuba. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's where I get my Cuba.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want. Noodles. Yeah, I just want my.
Omo, our eye don't see way for this cash balaba. As conductor they shout, as you enter, so enter with your change. Market women go dey holla.
I beg, this somebody don't tell no fit collect am.
Supermarket people go dey tell you say,
okay, we no get change. I beg, use and take sweet now.
When you call see that better yama roasted fish without the hungry you since in call.
I'm not carry my wallet come out too.
See, life not supposed hard like this, so that make all of us for Naija they pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app. Make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Welcome back. It's still Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3. Yemi, it's your turn, and let's get talking, Neymar. We had this conversation, early this week, and my thoughts remain that it's a genuine argument to have about Neymar being considered, one of the greats. It's a controversial take. It's a controversial view, especially considering that he's opting to go into semi-retirement in Saudi Arabia, and is always or often considered an unfulfilled talent, partly a recognition to his outlandish ability, obvious from those days at Santos. And I think that rather overlooks the evidence, because there's that Brazil goal scoring record. After the 2 goals against Bolivia, he became the outright top scorer for Brazil. He's also one of only 13 players to have won the Copa Libertadores and the Champions League. And guess what? He's the only player out of the 13 to have scored in both finals. His career in Europe, while not perfect, probably surpasses anything achieved by any other Brazilian forward. We examined that earlier this week. I think these points I've made are very valid and should be considered, should be weighed, and maybe Neymar, in retrospect, can be considered one of the greats.
I like the fact that you wrote out a very impressive CV, very impressive resume of all the great things that Neymar has achieved. But I still think that is a player that did not fulfill his full potential. Full potential in the sense that, it's important that when we look at, when we try to dimension greatness in football, only very few are given exceptional circumstances where you can give them a free pass. And I think Neymar is not one of such. I always say that for you to attain the heights, you need to have a World Cup in your resume. And there are only a few players that I call greats that don't have a World Cup under their belt.
So
hold on, I'm going somewhere. Wait now.
The moment you mentioned the fact that some of the World
Cup
okay,
let me finish.
All right, go on.
And one of such is Johan Cruyff. And the reason why I would give Johan Cruyff a little bit of a pass is because the man himself also revolutionized how football is even played. So somewhat, he changed the whole perspective.
Not in the eyes of Diego Simeone.
Leave Diego Simeone out of
No. When you say revolutionize the game, right?
Revolutionize the game.
Some will not agree with you.
Well, that's why we're having the conversation.
That's not in fact the subjective. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're having the conversation. That's why we're having the conversation. So some people will.
Who are the other players that did not have a World Cup and consider great? I'm interested in.
He mentioned Johan Cruyff.
Just
Johan Cruyff was one of the person. I can't remember who I mentioned.
So Cristiano is not great.
Can I raise you? Can I raise you, Ryan Giggs?
Yes, Ryan Giggs is the greatest Premier League player of all time. Yes, I said 13 league titles doesn't say any different. 13 league titles doesn't say any different. 13.
Are we really calling Ryan Giggs the great conversation?
You know, like top boy, say less.
13 league titles trumps 2 league titles. Anytime, any day, anywhere. And the Champions League to it trumps it.
You're joking, fam.
I'm serious, fam. So for Neymar, if you look at the entire body of work, his entire body of work doesn't stand the true test of time because he failed to lead Brazil to the Holy Grail when the entire responsibility was left on his shoulder.
All right, the last set of players to lead Brazil to the Holy Grail was back 2002, and next me to take a look at its predecessors in Europe, and that's the Brazilians. We mentioned the Rs, right? Starting with Romario, Ronaldo de Lima, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, and I'm going to bring Carlos. No. I mean forwards. Okay. Then Kaká, Ricardo Kaká, and you see that. Now, all of these 5 players, they had crazy careers in Europe. Won trophies. But starting with Romario only did 5 years. His first at Barcelona was mesmeric. 30 goals in 33 matches. PSV also was great. You know, but I'm saying that bottom line, he had 5 years at the top, peak level. Ronaldo never made it to a Champions League final. Only finished it all at AC Milan. Nothing much. I mean, just did 5 years. Won the Ballon d'Or to go with it, right? Let's move on to the next one. Ronaldinho did what's the name again? Kaká did Real Madrid at 27, and it was lost. But at Milan, it was great. You know, no doubt about it.
At Sao Paulo, it was great.
Now, what ties all of these Brazilians I've mentioned is that they only gave Europe about 5 years at the big level. Neymar did 10 years.
Yeah, but
and in those 10 years, he did the treble, won the Champions League. Did he do it at international level?
No.
He's top scorer of the Brazilian national team, one of the greatest national teams in the world.
Yeah, Rashidi Yekini is top scorer of Nigeria.
It's like, please.
I'm going to have a go to Nigeria player conversation.
Yeah, please. Let's just be very, very much serious, fam. You know, but he's one of the highest goals in the history of one of the best national teams in the world of the game, in the world of football. So I think that it's a very genuine case to make for Neymar.
Yeah,
and the fact that they also had a spread of consistency in about 10 years in Europe.
In Europe.
He won the conference. He also won the Champions League in South America as well. Don't forget.
Varane won that too.
I'm not saying no, he didn't win it. I'm only saying that he has a much more complete body and work than his predecessors that were raised at a very higher plane.
His body of work lacks that one thing,
which is
the World Cup.
So everybody that has never won the World Cup cannot be considered a great player.
That's why I said there are only few exceptions.
And those exceptions, what makes them exceptions? What makes Ronaldo an exception? What makes Cristiano an exception?
All-time leading goal scorer in international football.
Okay.
Multiple titles across leagues. Has redefined his game.
At least he won the European Championship.
Several Ballon d'Ors.
He won the European Championship.
Led his team to 2 European titles, whether he had Nations League and the European Championship.
Neymar won Brazil their only Olympic medal.
Yeah.
Neymar won Brazil their only
Olympic medal.
Thank you very much for that.
And we have to address this.
It's suddenly an age, but when people were jumping around,
considering that Brazil had never won this, it was always a talking point.
And they were always sending the big guys.
Brazil had never won Olympic gold. But let's even move away from that. Let's even address this World Cup thing. Okay, Neymar started with 2014, right? In 2014, he did well until he was kneed out of the tournament by Zuniga. Unfortunately, that's not his fault, right? In 2018, I was in Russia. He scored the goal against Belgium, and Belgium knocked them out. Was it his fault they didn't win the World Cup or qualify for semi-finals? No. In 2022 in Qatar, scored a world-class goal against Croatia. He went past about 4 or 5 players. And what happens? His defense let him down.
His back wasn't strong enough to carry the team.
His defense let him down.
Look, at the end of the day, the World Cup organization is even a bit flawed, because if we are not, if everything you want to use against the mic, I use against Ronaldo, and this is the point. No one player wins the World Cup by themselves. World Cup are mostly a function of the team. That is it. You talk about Ronaldo's World Cup, and he was not even a top 3 player for Brazil in 2002. That is a fact. But if you want to talk about Ronaldo's legacy, Ronaldo was playing the tournament, was top scorer. Rivaldo had a blinding World Cup in 2002. What did Ronaldo do apart from that mistake goal against England?
Remember I told you about Ronaldo at that O2 World Cup. Remember I mentioned that.
But if you want to talk about his legacy, you will bring that up like he carried it.
But we have one defining moment. That one defining moment. We have whether it was an error or not. We have got
Neymar's defining moment. The difference is that
no, it's not on the World Cup.
The difference is that on the World Cup, the difference is that Neymar is not. The difference is that instead of Neymar Ronaldo, Neymar had to deal with Fred, had to deal with William.
What was Neymar's defining moment at the World Cup?
At 3 different World Cups. It's not that you need other players to pick up the slack. You cannot win the World Cup by yourself.
Can I give you the Montanda? PSG Barcelona. He was a key factor.
The greatest comeback in the history of football.
He scored 4-1, assisted for 6-1.
Neymar was the reason for that comeback. Any Barcelona fan will tell you that. Neymar was the reason for. He's a player that is not even a goal scorer, but has 438 career goals.
So the beauty of it is you are willing to make an excuse for him that he led Barca to that on the strength of having people good around him, Abi.
He didn't score all 6 goals.
No, but you said.
But that's the point.
So how is it that
if he was playing for Real Sociedad, he probably have played the same way, but no other. You now Suarez to score the other goals. You now Messi to score the other goals. So at the end of the day, no matter how great you are, you still need all-time teammates to achieve good things. That's the point.
Let's wrap this up real quick. I mean, when it comes to individual awards, this predecessors edging because they won the Ballon d'Or, right? And it's unfair that
he was top 3 twice. He was top twice. Only to Messi and Ronaldo.
So are we considering?
Well, basically, he was number 1.
So are we considering?
He was the best man in the world. Messi and Ronaldo are not human beings.
Is it a golden bronze?
Anyways, where I was going to here, is the fact that I think that Neymar's greatest issue is being the anointed next superstar in the era immediately, after Messi and Ronaldo, and it's a very unfair comparison. He never lived up to it, and nobody could ever live up to it.
Very good question, Mark.
Well, I think first off, now you understand why Tunde and Yemi cannot sit beside each other during shows. Because if they were sitting beside each other at these moments, I didn't know what will have happened. But again, I think it's going to be very difficult if you look at the players that gave us consistent moment of brilliance under the long dominance era of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. So you look at the likes of Luka Modric, for instance, that won the World Cup, the only player to win it aside of those two in the last, I think, 12 years in between them. You also look at maybe Luis Suarez, for instance, he won the European Golden Boot twice.
Beats Messi and Ronaldo to go
under that dominance of Messi and Ronaldo. You also look at great players that have done some amazing stuff.
So I never even made the top 3.
You look at Roberto Lewandowski, for instance, and you feel that away from Messi and Ronaldo, these players will have been the top of it. So
fun fact, Lewandowski you mentioned, when Neymar was winning the Copa Libertadores, you know where Lewandowski was? It was the second division in Poland.
I understand. Now, if you now look at it in this context, I think you want to feel like, because Neymar plays in an era where the standard was extremely crazy, so it's difficult for you to do whatever you want to do to get close to Messi and Ronaldo, not to even talk of outshining them. When he moved away from Barcelona, everyone knew that he wanted to carve a niche for himself. The MSN, that's Messi, Neymar, Suarez, was like the biggest deal that year. They scored over 127 goals in between the 3 of them. They won the Champions League, and then you just have a feeling that he felt his job was done. He needed to move. He moved to PSG, and he moved into PSG at the time where PSG were trying to get up there, match up with the elites of world football. So they kept buying different players, they kept trying out different things. But at that point, you knew that Neymar was going to be the poster boy of that PSG team. Then out of nowhere, Lionel Messi came up on board, and then it changed the whole conversation. So if you remove Messi, Ronaldo, and I'll tell you for a fact, and this is a conversation I can defend anywhere, if you remove Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar would probably have won 2 or 3 Ballon d'Ors. And I'll tell you for a fact,
statistically he would have won 2 because he finished top twice.
He finished top twice. Yeah. So if it has to be about the World Cup,
15 and 17.
If it has to be about the World Cup, there are players that never qualify for the World Cup, not because they are not good enough, but because of where they are as a national team.
Van Giggs never played the World
Cup. Look at George Weah, for instance.
Erling Haaland will probably not play the World
Cup. Really? George Weah never appeared at the World Cup. George Weah never appeared at the World Cup. He won the World Footballer of the Year. He won the African Footballer of the Year.
That's
he
won
the
outliner.
We go still check.
I don't know how you guys want to define it, but then
what did you just say?
I said that George Weah World Footballer of the Year. If that you want to stock it down on the only African footballer of the year.
Actually, I mean, the truth matter is, see, I won't let you blaspheme. George Weah was a great
player.
Don't.
No, I want to understand what particular year. Don't do that here. This is not the show for that.
Exactly. Don't start. Let's just fix what. Let's just.
After the show, I will outline my thoughts.
You can't. It's allowed. So for Yemi to say the yardstick had to be the World Cup, then where do you want to put Giggs? Where do you want to put Zlatan?
Please. And this is the third time Giggs is coming up in the list of players. No, don't call Giggs.
Giggs was never one of the best players.
I thought you were talking about best football criminals.
Wait, I'm talking about great players that didn't go to the World Cup.
Okay.
So if you are saying winning the World Cup is the yardstick, you need to respect the fact that the World Cup is just a 7 games tournament.
Yeah.
It comes once in 4 years. So your peak year may not be the year when it was going to be a World Cup. So what do you do?
All right. We have to wrap up this Neymar conversation. I'd like people to also chime in. You can call in 091360410 if you want to call in. But what the idea that Neymar wasted his talent is a deeply unfair one.
It's absolutely
based on expectations people had of him for Messi.
Yeah, but see, it's the feeling.
The potential you had for him was to get to Messi and Ronaldo's level. And those two are just outliers.
They're just different.
By normal standards, Neymar has had a very good career. At just 31, we are talking about Benzema won Ballon d'Or at 35.
Yeah.
So Neymar's chapter is not even close to being done.
Yeah, so what happens? Let's
we just do like this, just like
I just don't want to.
All right, let's take this caller. Hello, caller. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Cruise. Hello. Hi. Good evening. All right, you'll have to call us back again, and let's see. Looks like another caller has just stopped by. 091360410. If you want to call in on the show, and let's see who this is. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Vijay. I'm calling from Ecuador.
All right, let's have your thoughts real quick.
Neymar should be one of the best players in the history of Brazil. I don't know why you guys are especially the other guy that is saying Neymar is not one of the best players in the world. Without Messi and Ronaldo, let's move Messi and Ronaldo in the picture. I'm sure that Neymar will have played 4 Ballon d'Ors. Look at the PSG Barcelona game. That first on the first goal that Barcelona scored, Neymar took the free kick. Messi was on the field. Messi could not near the ball because the tension was too much.
Thank you very much for your thoughts right there. We also hear that Messi, Haaland and Mbappe lead a 12-player shortlist for the FIFA Best Men's Player nominees, with Declan Rice also nominated after captaining former club West Ham United to Europa Conference League success. All right, there's Julian Alvarez who gets some recognition. After all, Marcelo Brozovic is in there. Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan. There's Rodri, Kvaratskhelia, Victor Osimhen, and Bernardo Silva make up the shortlist alongside Messi, Haaland, Mbappe, and Rice. Interesting shortlist in there.
I like the look of a different word for rubbish.
I like the fact there's Osimhen there once again. I mean, the recognition goes a long way. Yeah. Roland, your thoughts?
This is a good list. But the only person I disagree there with is Brozovic. I'm struggling to understand why he's on the list. But
was not the best player in the Serie A last season?
Declan Rice is there.
No, that was Barella.
2 seasons ago. It was 2 seasons ago. No.
Barella won best midfielder for Serie A last season.
Oh, really?
That was Barella.
Yeah.
So Brozovic is here for what exactly?
He's here for Hi, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Lovely evening to you.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from?
You are the goalkeeper from Africa.
Alright, go on.
But to me, Neymar or Neymar as.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah,
I didn't get that.
I said Tosi from Okota.
Alright, Tosi from Okota, go on.
Yeah, good evening to everyone in the studio. So on Neymar, I think that
For me personally, I think that as a Brazilian, he did great. I mean, after even breaking the Pelé record, but I mean, winning him against other great players, especially in this era, because the thing is, in the era of Messi and Ronaldo, we saw that another player was able to win the Ballon d'Or, which was Modric. So I think that we expected him to also do the same, but
we know that we also know that Modric winning was like a Leicester winning the Premier League, right?
Voter fatigue.
Exactly. Yeah. Today, like you said, it was voters fatigue.
Because Ronaldo's award. Ronaldo and Messi.
Voters fatigue.
All right, that's the first time I'm hearing that. All right, let's take a break. When we'll come back, we'll take a look at quick questions surrounding the return of the Premier League this weekend. Will Jadon Sancho return? Looks like we got an answer early today. And we'll take a look at Tottenham Hotspurs. Can they continue? And who's going to dispatch Man City this weekend from the top? There's also some FPL coming your way, Shola, on the second half of the show.
When the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded. It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here.
On Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Yes? Who are you? What's up, Pop? I'm Young Love Booty, your daughter Nina's boyfriend.
God forbid.
Last month, Nina gave me this phone to repair, and she called asking me to return the SIM urgently.
That's my old Airtel SIM. Why didn't you say so before? Nina, dear, Young Love Booty is here.
Do anything to get your Airtel SIM back on if you haven't used it for 30 days or more. To enjoy 12 minutes voice call and 120 megabyte free on every recharge. Recharge 100 Naira and down. *141 *341 *1# now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Come on, give me some 𝐷𝐷. Yeah, I want my 𝐷𝐷. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's where I get my 𝐷𝐷.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Yeah, I just want my.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into Eko City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at Eko City Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus, Eko City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotun Egbe, Lagos State. Eko City Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091-6254-0610, Wale 091-6292-7079, Praise 091-6269-9996, Adelanwa 081-2658-0784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. Eko City Polytechnic, building industry-ready professionals.
Omo, our eye don't see way for this cash balava. As conductor they shout, as you enter, so enter with your change. Market women go dey holla.
I beg, this one don't tell no fit collect now.
Supermarket people go dey tell you say,
okay, we no get change. I beg, use and take sweet now.
When you call see that better yama roasted fish without the hungry you since in call.
I'm not carry my wallet come out too.
See, life not suppose hard like this, so that make all of us for Nigeria they pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app. Make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
Come on, give me some 𝐷𝐷. Yeah, I want my 𝐷𝐷. Golden penny noodles, yeah, that's where I get my flavor.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Me, I just want my.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into Èkó City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Art, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at Èkó City Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus Èkó City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotun Egbe, Lagos State. Èkó City Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091 62 54 0610, Wale 091 62 92 7079, Praise 091 62 69 9996, Adelanwa 081 26 580784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. Èkó City Polytechnic, building industry ready professionals.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
See, plenty of explanation. Yes, play tire. No evidence. Evidence joke, I mean. Alright, so we're still on Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. You can still join us at 09136000410.
Well, 1 second. You know, sorry to cut it.
Yeah.
The people who watching us online would have seen all this is going on.
Yeah, but they won't be able to not here.
Okay. They're not here.
So they'll just say explain. Hello, caller. Do you want to explain and provide evidence? Hello. Hi, good evening. Alright, let's do this again. Hello, Oko. Hello, good evening. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, boss. How you doing?
Yeah, welcome to Mainland. This is Patrick Kokoro from Ikorodu.
Man, this is my third month at Mainland. This welcome is overdue.
Yeah, you know, Neymar cannot win Ballon d'Or. Don't get it twisted. You understand?
Alright.
So Neymar is not doing justice to the football. You know, he just a dilly footballer.
Alright, thank you very much for your thoughts there. Before we get to key questions from the Premier League as it returns to our lives this weekend, there's also some good football on Friday night tomorrow. That's Bundesliga. And Yemi, your thoughts on Bayern versus Bayern? You know, basically. And it's a big game. It's the biggest, one of the biggest in Europe. But aside from it being a true test of the title credentials of Bayer Leverkusen, I've put my neck on the line that they're going to win the Bundesliga title this season. I think it's also another opportunity for us to just revel in the great work Xabi Alonso has done since he joined them October last year.
Yeah.
But they were in the relegation zone.
Yeah. It's a great game to look forward to because it also puts into the prospective eyes of everybody the two strikers that both teams have shelled out a lot of money to bring to their respective teams, and that's Harry Kane and our own Victor Boniface. Or Boniface, as the case may be. So I'm really looking forward to the game because it's a true measure for Bayer in how good they are and how seriously we should take them. I'm looking forward to how much of an influence on like Florian Wirtz will have in that game, and how hopefully Thomas Tuchel would have gotten over his own issues with Joshua Kimmich, whether he's a 6, he's not a 6, and all that good stuff, and see how Bayern able to respond. Note that Bayern struggled in the previous game against Gladbach. We always know Gladbach always give Bayern a lot of issues, but at least they were able to respond and come up with a late winner. So I'm really looking forward to that game, and it will give us a clear picture of where both teams stand, especially Leverkusen, with respect to going in for the title.
Now, last season, these two meetings, the meetings of these two sides brought a consequence in the dugout. Got Jurgen Soares sacked, and Alonso came. I'd like to see the consequence this one comes with. Does it go to install Bayer Leverkusen to a certain measure as potential favorites for the title? But anywhere Alonso goes, success has always followed him. But this Leverkusen and Neverkusen, they are 5-time runners-up of the Bundesliga. They've never tasted success. Champions League got to the final as well, and they've had great players. Toni Kroos, Michael Ballack, and the rest. But no success. They also have Lucio as well.
That Ballack, that was that year that Ballack
2002.
Yes, lost the final, lost the league, all on that, and even lost the
chance to win the treble.
Yeah, we lost the World Cup final as well.
That's why the Neverkusen mantra came.
You guys are calling great players of Leverkusen, but you guys in Kolavat.
Petition to ban Roland from this.
No, petition to tell him to leave this studio.
By the way, Wale, we got lots of complaints for not taking messages yesterday. So you want
to make up for that, right?
Have to amend.
Okay. Can we do that right away? But that'll be after this caller. Hello, caller. Hi. Good evening. Oh, I think I'm having issues with the network. I'm picking the calls and it's just dropping. In the meantime, let's get to some of the messages. I can see some on Facebook here, but you take them, Facebook and YouTube.
We are streaming on Facebook and YouTube, as Wale stated. Message on Facebook. Arani Yaya says, well done. St. Michael says, you guys are looking astonishing this evening. Wow, I haven't been looking previous evenings. 33-year-old worker renewing contract at City. I thought Pep didn't like to work with old players. Mikado from Magodo Phase 2. And Olamide Olowo says,
that might be their most important move this summer. Keeping Walker.
Yeah, and I love that they unveiled him with the Wolf of Wall Street reference.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not leaving. I'm not effing leaving. I love that so much. Good evening, guys. I'm enjoying the show from Ado Ekiti. Somehow, I still feel Neymar didn't reach his full potentials. Maybe if he had stayed 1 or 2 more seasons at Barcelona, he might have won the Ballon d'Or. Wale, I love your jersey. It brings back sweet memories of the then Super Eagles.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, messages on YouTube. St. Michael says Man City made a good video and it's not for a transfer but for a contract renewal. Craziest thing I've seen so far today on Walker's contract renewal. Kazim Kolawale says Zico never won the World Cup and he's top 5 Brazil great easy, and I agree.
Point. That's a massive point in there.
Great?
Yeah, I mean Zico has to be there.
Okay. Favor Okoma.
Do you want to do your top 5 right now?
Top 5, of course,
Pele number 1.
Probably Jairzinho. Garincha.
Okay.
Then we'll come to the more recent guys: Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo.
Ronaldinho, please, what's this Ronaldinho thing?
I'm going all the way.
But you've ignored Zico.
Ronaldinho, ahead of Zico.
No Socrates.
No Zico, no Socrates.
They didn't deliver.
What did Ronaldinho deliver?
Was it not part of the bullying?
So that means Cafu also has to be in there.
Cafu is a great football life.
Is it top 5? Is it top 5?
Potentially, it's captain as well.
Please, let me go back to
let's get back to Falano here. He's trying to join us. Hello, Falano.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, this is Falano from Lepan.
Alright, Fala, go on.
Yeah, I like to weigh in on the Neymar issue. I believe that among all human beings, Neymar is the best footballer. But Messi and Ronaldo are not to count on it. But however, one can only look at the situation of Neymar from the perspective of what he see that he had so much expectation, he had so much potential, and like Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. So I think that's why most look at it and see him a little bit underwhelmed. But if you look comparing to other players, you say he has done well, but what we know he could have achieved is great, because at the time he was still compared to Pelé.
But wait, let me ask you, Fola, what do you think Neymar should have achieved that he didn't achieve?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that moving to PSG number 1 was very wrong.
No. Answer. I need straight answers. What should he have achieved? Is he winning the Champions League multiple times? He won the Champions League.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I didn't achieve all these things. I'm just saying that why people look at him a piece of skepticism because they expected him to be. They were trying to make him compare with Messi and Ronaldo, and that's what the problem. Because
thank you very much for your thoughts, and we should realize one thing: never compare anybody to Messi and Ronaldo. Those guys are superhumans, and we recognize that fully. And I'm not sure we're going to have any players give us whatever those two guys gave us over the.
And if you want to do that, then judge the players before Messi and Ronaldo by Messi and Ronaldo.
We should know that and no peace. Know that and no peace. Nobody's going to give you, and nobody's going to compare to Messi and Ronaldo.
Everybody you rate as a god in football, we're not as good as Messi. Ronaldo cannot touch that level.
So what if for some reason the two guys that are supposed to be at the forefront today decide and just eventually evolve?
Now see the problem with the likes of Haaland. Haaland is putting in the numbers, right? He's putting in those crazy numbers, but what Ronaldo and Messi gave us was more than the numbers. Was how they kept on pushing each other. Was how they kept on raising the bar. And I'm not seeing any of that right now. You don't even think there's a rivalry between Haaland and Mbappe or whoever it is right now? Not yet. So when are they going to give us? When Messi and Ronaldo were already giving us when they were like 21?
And we should not even be expecting those levels from this.
No, but I'm just saying. Okay, so let's take for instance that Mbappe moves to Real Madrid, and unfortunately, I say Manchester City is not the club that will eventually propel Haaland to that point where we say he wants to give us that comparison. You know, so maybe if he moves to Barcelona and somehow
replace Pro Bono.
Those are broke guys.
And for me, I'm just living in utopia now, in the metaverse. So let's say in the metaverse situation that it goes to Barcelona.
And for FPL right now, shall we? And Shola, your thoughts on week 5? The first, let's talk about wildcards though. We haven't talked much about that, and it's understandable. I mean, who wants to start using wild? People understand, managers understand unlimited transfers.
Guys are, like I said, teams this season, years past, have actually James Maddie's clubs in some of these guys. You know, most people didn't want to gash in the pan and didn't back in. Affords you more than 2 transfers. Don't mistake the wild card for your free guys for just 1 game week. After that game week, your team reverts back to your previous. So most people like to use that when we have double game weeks. We'll probably be talking about double game weeks in a couple of.
I also believe that if you don't want to use your wild card in game week 5, then in fixtures, I can see fixture run in this spell.
Plan ahead. Weeks ago when I was here, 2 being the easiest over there, while Manchester City travel teams, and of course,
not the deadline day signings. Wants to go through a cup got me thinking about.
It's still too early, but then I think they wouldn't have made that league dash for him if they didn't have plans to feature him in the team. Now, of course, they've kind of struggled with goals, but then seeing how they ended their last game, they seem to have gotten something right. Hopefully, it kicks on, and I mean, it's even better. They are playing, I think, Sheffield this coming weekend, so it's a very, very good fixture for them. And of course, if you are one who would want to take the risk, you could have him in your team. Probably on the bench or to come up as a sub if you know how to navigate that.
So Young is a threat on counter attacks. We saw that Nottingham Forest last season. Where do you think it fits best at Spurs under Postecoglou?
I think it functions best in a two attacker formation. It's less likely at Taiwan. I don't think Tottenham will play with that formation. Scored a hat-trick in cup competition.
Initially be on the bench and produce grad. And 33 goals and going to play on the left. That means it's going.
I'm not sure.
By the way, 6.5 million.
Personally, I would go with a guy who's tested
because European football starts.
Exactly. Yes. You would want. You would do. Of course. It remains to be seen about this part.
What about Sofia Amrabat? But I don't think
he will not get assist. He will not get clean sheet. Okay. Surgery really to him means that the coach saw something.
And Luke Shaw is injured.
Yeah, of course. So I think he's going to get game time. But then again, Manchester United have been struggling lately. So I don't know if it would be a good time to invest in Manchester United players. As for Cole Palmer, the coach rates him very, very highly, and I think he's going to get the chance to start from the right. I think of the attacking try up front for Chelsea, and of course, if he's not going to help in scoring goals, he's probably going to be assisting.
And talk about goalkeepers. I like the look of what's happening at Palace. Dean Anderson and Sam Johnston both cost £4.5 million. So the question is, who have you got? Do you go with Dean Anderson, who is the new guy, or Sam Johnston, who has also been solid? for Royals inside. Both are £4.5 million. But before we wrap things up, Shola, what are your captain picks for week 5 looking like?
Captain picks, of course, I'll be looking at the fixtures. First things first.
All right.
Of course, for the fixtures, I think the best.
I think Wolves Liverpool get us on the way. Lunchtime. I'm Molineux. And we have Brighton hopefully.
Wolves on Saturday. Wolves host Liverpool to start things off. Aston Villa host Crystal Palace. Luton travel to Fulham. Manchester United against Brighton. Spurs host Sheffield, which would have actually been a very good fixture to probably captain Son, but then again, you don't know what Spurs will come up with.
You don't know the kind of Son you get.
Exactly. West Ham hosts Manchester City. West Ham hosts Manchester City. Brentford travel to Newcastle, and of course on Sunday, the major fixture Tunde was talking about, Bournemouth host Chelsea. Everton against Arsenal is a very good fixture, but then you don't know where the goals will come from Arsenal. It might be anybody. And of course, on Monday to wrap things up, Nottingham Forest host Burnley.
All right, we have to go. Thank you very much, Shola. But before you go, what's up with Niger Kids Store? Our manager of the month is the one sitting opposite me here, Tunde Young.
Yeah. Just before we go, for those who have been asking for the FPL code, the mainland 98.3 FM FPL code is TWN. SCV. That's TWNSCV. And of course, we from Niger Kids Store, we are the ones powering this. We'll be giving kits out to the top managers of the month. And of course, you can reach us on our social media handles on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Niger Kids Store.
At Niger
Kids Store.
Kids Store.
Whatever you have in 5XL.
Thank you guys for being a part.